Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another crypto video today. I'm excited to present to you all the daily crypto news. And we're going to start it out with James Fillon, who shared over on Twitter this. Just announced next Tuesday, December 14th, the Senate Banking Committee will host a hearing on the regulation of stablecoins, and this will likely be the last crypto hearing of 2021, but get ready for a busy 2022 for Congress and crypto banking. And the reason he shared this, guys, is because 2022 is about to be a banger of a year for crypto regulation. It has to be. Right now, we're in a position where the SEC is just doing a horrible job. Horrible job. But they need to step their game up. Senate needs to step the game up. Congress needs to step the game up. Some changes need to be made. And I'm all for it. I'm all up for it. I'm watching this with a hawk eye. As we just saw another exchange over in Canada even delist XRP. Like, what? What are they doing all over in the crypto regulation space? It's just unbelievable. But I guess it's a progress that this can be the last hearing of 2021. So we can kind of shut off this chapter and start working towards something real next year. This is kind of an introduction to the next one here. Stephen shared this over on his Twitter. The mission of the SEC is 1. To protect investors. 2. To maintain fair markets. 3. Facilitate capital formation. And 4. Promote public trust. Can you explain how only one of these goals can be achieved with actions like you are witnessing at the moment and describing in your statement? Let's quickly read about the SEC. The mission of the SEC is to protect investors, maintain fair, orderly, and efficient markets, and facilitate capital formation. The SEC strives to promote a market environment that is worthy of the public's trust. Yeah, so that was a lie. Charles Gasparino also shared this. The Clayton SEC had an official opinion on Ethereum, not a security. Gensler might be different based on what happens with the Ripple case. Point there being, by the way, that nobody really as of this point knows if Ethereum is good or not. Like, Ethereum right now is in limbo, where the SEC has basically crawled up all the way up their butts and said, oh, we're comfortable here, and it's fine. Then again, the head of the SEC, Gary Gensler, is saying, well, if it's up to me, Ethereum is going down the motherfreaking drain. So I'm like, so what is it then? Why is it good? And when we look back at the speech, for example, from William Hinman and all those guys, like, what I always come back down to is saying, hey, if you set aside Ethereum having a crowd sale, basically what makes it a security, then it's fine. Nah, man, I keep getting this stuff all mixed up in my head. And I think the last couple of days here have been so heavy because they've had so many meetings and we've seen so many skeptical pieces of information. Like the SEC. Oh, okay, guys. So I'm in a hotel, right? And, the staff. Okay, we're good. So the staff just walked by and I could hear their service telephone. So maybe they called in. Maybe they're like, one guy keeps banging his desk. What is he doing? Is he dying over there? That could be it. I don't know. I have a lot of crazy things that happened to me in this hotel room now within the last couple of months. You guys have most likely seen some stuff during the live stream. Or I guess heard some stuff, huh? Maybe these people most likely wonder what in the world I do. All right, but that's besides the point. They must be really confused. Like, I fall off my chair. The desk slammed. Glass broken. There's a lot of stuff which happened during our live streams. So they might wonder, why is this guy always in his room and screaming to a freaking nobody? Interesting. All right, I digress though. So one of the other things that I said was basically that we got the Bitcoin spot ETF refusal, but the futures ETF is like fine, where again, the contrast is so weird. It's like they say a futures ETF is fine because the regulations on futures are way heavier, and so in turn that's safer, but it all makes no sense. I mean, the SEC here, I think they're going to have to be put on a little, or they're going to have to be taken off their pedestal to be, like spanked or something along those lines. And I'm just hoping that it's going to happen in the near future. But we'll give some right steps. Charles Gasparino bringing it up. All these other senators and guys, I guess, are bringing it up. Piece by piece, we're getting towards the right direction as it's been given attention. So I'm happy with that, I guess. Then a little side note, guys. I just noticed when reading through Vitsavin's stuff, he's the founder of XRP Labs and also, I guess, a real big builder on the XRP ledger. He's been basically sharing that there's a couple of issues with exchanges, like BITRUE, for example, having a couple of different problems, and a couple other problems have arisen in the XRP community. I've noticed, man, every single time. Oh, guys, people are walking again next to the hotel room. You might be able to hear them. They can also hear me talking. A little bit awkward, but I'm going to take it. So one of the things that's going on right now is if I check Twitter, for example, what I'll see like half the time is just different airdrops, like all these different airdrops the further I look over on Twitter. And it makes me think, guys, it really makes me think, how many of you guys are really excited about those projects, not only for the money? As in, I've seen like 2 projects by now that I'm like, this is actually properly thought out. It's a project that aims for longevity. It's not just a joke, meme, hyped up project that's only aiming to make some money off of people and then disappear, or make money and milk money as long as humanly possible. I'm like, so the majority of the stuff on the XP Ledger that's being built right now is just crap. I wonder if it's good or bad. It's good from the perspective that it gets a lot of activity to the XP Ledger. It's bad because it's just cluttering it up for almost no good reason if it's only hype and just joke stuff anyway. You can't tell me that all those meme coins on Ethereum are actually a good thing. No, of course not, because it's cluttering it up for almost no reason. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of developers who are building these tokens for fun, who are not putting their efforts and their heart and soul into making this platform, which we all thought would be the best business-to-business platform out there, better. No, they're trying to make it worse by creating some bad things. Then again, I think a lot of community members right now are really rooting for them because they get free money. But I'm trying to be a little bit more real and think about the bigger picture here. I'd rather have my XRP do amazing than take a couple of airdrops, make a couple $1,000s in a couple of months. No, I'd rather have XRP pop off, to be honest with you. But that's just me, though. Side note, MATIC is a freaking beast. Whales added 2 million MATIC to their holdings in the last 24 hours. Yeah, I've been noticing that. Whenever I check back on MATIC, that coin is freaking pumping like a beast. And even though 2 million MATIC in reality is not actually that much money, because it's just about, let's say, $4.5 million here. It's not that much money for whales, basically. I think it's the idea that counts. Right now, the whales are freaking picking up that MATIC like crazy. I think this is not even a lot to be shown here. But MATIC is one thing that people are buying. And I told you guys before, when I had my little meeting with the YouTubers, most of the guys are really freaking bullish on MATIC, and I think that's pretty interesting. A little side note here, Sheeb rival Floki Inu partners with Russia's most successful football club. I wasn't really sure if I should share this or not because I'm not really too aware of the football club nor of Floki too much. A lot of you guys most likely dislike it, some of you guys love it. But apparently they're partnering up with a really big football club, and so I thought, well, even though they're a meme coin, it's pretty cool. It's pretty juicy stuff for a cryptocurrency to get done. You got to give it to them. Then Huobi Global, to exit China by the end of December, made me think as well. I mean, right now we're noticing that the Bitcoin hash rate is finally returned. Oh, this heart attack. You guys can't hear, but I just got a mini heart attack from this video playing loud as freaking in my eardrum. Oh, wow. Whew. Oh, let me take a little sip of water and to recoup. Whew. What happened? This is one of my most chaotic episodes in a good while. What is going on here? I wanted to say, Bitcoin just got back their hash rate from like the big dip when all the China stuff got banned, basically. And all of a sudden, I'm getting reminded again that all these exchanges have to also leave China, and that piece by piece, the Chinese volume is really going to go to zero. Like right now, it's pretty low because, of course, it's illegal, but it's still there. And the fact that it's just going to kind of deteriorate, I guess you can also see it as a positive thing, because let's say you're, hypothetically speaking, not allowed to trade crypto anymore, then you're more inclined to actually sell it, right? To get rid of your tokens. But if you're then not allowed to actually get rid of them anymore, but you're also kind of not allowed to hold them, I'm not sure how that one would go. But then there's also no more selling pressure of maybe some of the guys that had their mining equipment and they still have their cryptos left because they sell every day, for example, or something along those lines. So I guess not being in China, you can actually see there's some extra pressure being taken off. Then again, the biggest pressure was always the mining equipment over in China, since that was gone anyway. I do wonder if the majority of volume wasn't just buying volume, as that would kind of make sense to me. If there was a balance before of buying and selling over in China, let's say it was net neutral, you know, at the zero, like let's say 100 million buying, 100 million selling, but then a majority of that selling was just due to mining equipment, and the mining equipment now being gone, it would make sense to me that the majority of it would now be left just buying, because the negative fluxes would be gone. But I guess I'm not too sure. We're not too sure about the entirety of it all. And then, guys, crypto analyst oversight on ADA's death cross endgame for December. I just read this as well. Crypto analyst discloses how he projected an end of death cross for Cardano, which occurred on December 7th. According to him, $1.35, ADA's price will not decline again. A Twitter page named Invest Answer said this: Cardano death cross just hit. In September, I had projected a December 3rd date, but landed 4 days later. A death cross is often interpreted by analysts and traders as signaling a definitive bear market for an asset. At 135, not sure ADA can fall much further, but we'll see. Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't think this death cross means too much, but, you know, analysts be analysts, they be analyzing stuff, so this is also what they do. It is on a 2-hour time frame, something we'd never use. If we're talking about a death cross, I usually talk about it over on the daily. On an hourly, for example, or a 4-hour, it comes across too often. It's a daily thing that I do watch it for. Then again, it is interesting that they pointed out to it, and it's such a a perfect curve right there. It's such a heavy one, where I'm like, okay, let's watch how this unfolds. I mean, if the Cardano price keeps tanking from here, then we maybe should take a little bit more of a look at the death cross over on the 2-hour. But I've never done that before, nor do I think I would really give it too much credit. But it's an interesting little thought process, you know? It's like good for the clickbait, I guess, if you really wanted to. However, guys, that was it for my little update here on the crypto news today. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Hopefully you you thought a little bit more about the freaking SEC battle. At the end of the day, guys, I keep repeating, it's really not against, it's not SEC versus Ripple. It's SEC versus crypto. We need to make some bigger steps into the right direction. I mean, Fox is covering it. Some other senators are now starting to finally feel it, feel the pressure, feel the Ripple loss and everything like that. But I think it's going to hurt people the most when the actual changes of the crypto bill, the infrastructure bill with crypto parts inside of it, are going to go into effect in 3 years from now, or 2 years from now almost. I think that's when people are going to start thinking about it, because right now people's priorities are just not straight yet. People can easily ignore the Ripple loss because it's not affecting them just quite yet. But as I've said before, the reason XRP is such a good risk to reward is because they've already been sued. They can only kind of go up from here, basically. A lot of other cryptos, they can still get sued, and so they can actually still get that big minus 90% or so from being sued by the SEC. A lot of guys, like Kevin O'Leary said, I don't want to mess around with SEC sued projects. Well, most altcoins could be next, even Ethereum. We don't know where it stands right now. It's such a difficult space to kind of draw some conclusions in on. And so people don't realize yet that it's SEC v crypto, not SEC v Ripple, but they soon will. And that's again why I'm putting so much money on the line here with XRP. I think it's one of the best bets in terms of risk to reward in the altcoin space. But again, that is just my own thoughts, not financial advice. Make sure you subscribe for more of these videos, guys. Make sure you press the like button if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today.